Music lovers, Cat with Headgear, live from the NAMM show last day. As you can imagine, it gets very loud here, but yesterday my ears experienced the nicest thing here at Klang Technologies booth. Next to me is Phil.
Hi.
Hi. And he's gonna explain you all about their product. This is going to be very interesting for the drummers of you as well as for your bandmates. So, shall we go?
Yep.
Here we go. So, Phil, we are standing in front of your product, Klang Fabrik.
Exactly.
What is it?
So, what we do with Klang Fabrik and Klang 4 is 3D in-ear monitoring. That means, unlike in a stereo in-ear, you don't place your signals between your two ears on one line, but you place them all around your head and even above and below. I like to picture it like a transparent ball around the head where I can just pin signals. If you picture that, you will see that there's a lot more room between the signals, which results in a much higher transparency. So you can have bigger, fatter mixes on your ears that are less fatiguing, and you still have a better orientation on stage. The processing for that is happening in the box. You're sending individual channels into the box, and then you have like a kind of mixing board that either a monitor engineer can operate, or it can be used as a personal monitoring system where each musician does his own mix. So you have a mixing board that works like any mixing board. You have a group view with the speciality that this works in a mixed balance only. So if I turn up the drums, for example, the rest gets lower. The result is that the volume on the ears always stays the same, but the balance is changing. And here we do the actual positioning. So this is your head and your viewing direction, and you place all the signals around your head. So in this case, vocals in front, drums in the back, and so on. And if I press here, I can even lift the signals up or down below me. And that's pretty much it for now. We kept it very simple, but the audible result is quite impressive. So I invite you to go to our website, www.klang.com. There's a video where I'm explaining that a little bit in depth, where you can also hear it. And the even better way is to go to the App Store and download this app for free, Klang App 2. If it's not connected to an actual unit, it will switch to demo mode and play back some multi-tracks that we integrated in this one here. So you can just place your headphones in there and experience 3D-Sound at home on your couch.
What kind of bands is it good for?
Well, I would say every band that is playing with in-ears or that is about to change from wedges to in-ears. It can be integrated in simple splitter rack situations, I would call it, where a band has a monitor rack on stage and they just open it up, plug their headphones, and they have the same sound every night. So it's a great starting point.
Is it also good for jazz bands?
Yeah, of course, it's great for jazz bands, especially because the jazz guys are much more careful when it comes to monitoring. They are used to having a natural hearing. So a lot of times jazz bands have troubles in studio when they have to use a monitoring situation. But with this system, it is giving back the natural hearing, this three-dimensional hearing that we're doing since day one of our lives. So that's actually pretty great. It also for the drummers, of course, it makes total sense to place like all the toms and instruments just where they actually are. And drummers often have a problem that if they're using a normal stereo in monitoring, there are like two worlds on their ears. There's the sound that comes from the outside because the drums are actually quite loud, and then there's the in-ear sound, and they don't match together. So drummers often end up having a very loud sound on the in-ears just to mask the sound from the outside. With our system, the sound that you get in the in-ears is very natural, and it blends much better with the sound from the outside. So the feedback from drummers is especially great. For example, the drummer of System of a Down, he refuses to enter the stage now without the system because it's just the sound that he was looking for. Also, I had a studio use once where I did a drum recording with the drummer, who placed all the individual drums all around him, and he used it even to influence himself. It was a pretty clever idea. So when he wanted to play more laid back, he placed the snare behind him. When he wanted to play more aggressively, he placed the snare and the kick drum in front of him. So the possibilities with this system are quite endless.
That was the Klang Fabrik explained by Phil. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
You check it out at, what's your website?
www.klang.com.
Check it out. Bye.
Bye.